The Kenya Lift program is an initiative that we help bright Kenyan students pursue graduate studies abroad, mostly in the US, although recently we just started piloting Canada. Yes, so we take mostly STEM students who are interested in STEM designated programs. By STEM, I mean science, technology, engineering, math, with strong emphasis on technology. So we started the program in 2018, and I started this initiative out of my own challenges of going to the US. In fact, actually, I've been in the US for the last 14 years. I went in 2009. And I went there as a master's student, and that whole journey of going to the US actually was very challenging for me, because one of the things that I found challenging was issues to do with visas. In fact, I was denied visa 4 times before I got there. And of course, also finding a school and finding funding, because as a master's student, especially in the US, it costs you about almost 5 million Kenya shillings. And not many Kenyan or Africans are able to get that kind of money. And once I got there in the US as a student, and also trying to transition into corporate world, I also found challenges, because when you go to the US as a student, you really have to figure out how do you transition from being on a student visa and actually working there, if you really want to work there. And that's a challenge for a lot of Africans. We find a lot of, in fact, actually quite a huge number of Africans, actually, they go to the US, they are somehow not able to figure out how to transition, and they are not now able to even get the right working documents to live and work in the US. And you find we have at least that % of our people without the right documents to live and work there after they are done with school. And these are some of the things that actually we never really talk about. It's a big problem, but no one really talks about, when people are back here, mostly, for example, young people, they want just to go and study abroad. They don't really know what really happens on the other side. They just want to go. Whether they have school fees, whether they don't have school fees, they just want to go to the embassy, get the visa, and just go. They think that once you land there, probably maybe, you won't have any problems. But that's not really the case. And out of all the challenges that I had faced, I felt like there needed to be a way of really helping, bright Kenyan students to be able to navigate through this whole process. Then they don't have to worry about where they're going to get the 5 million to study. Also, that process of, let's say, for example, even if you get a scholarship on the other side, that process of actually going to the US requires money.
You are watching Success with Bob Mwiti Show, presented to you by Upstake America. Upstake America is a consulting company that helps immigrants find amazing higher education and job opportunities in the tech industry in the United States. You can find our programs by going to www.upstakeamerica.com. Upstake America, we wake you up to the unlimited potential.
I mean, from here until you land, you need money for the visa. You need money for something called service fee. You need money for the air tickets. Right now, as of last night, actually, we are booking some of the students who are leaving next month. The tickets are going for about $1,600, just one way. So you have to figure out where to get that money. Once you get admitted to a school, before you go there, you're going to probably have to go through some immunizations. You have to find that money. Also, when you get there, where are you going to stay? How are you going to get from the airport to the school? Where are you going to stay? So all those challenges, I had to come up with a solution for that. And that's really how the Kenya Lift program was born. So we normally finance the students' relocation, tuition, and living expenses. That whole process of going, the cost of studying, which is the tuition fees, and the cost of living expenses, which is a lot of money. As an international student, probably, if you're staying like in a shared accommodation, you'll probably be paying at least around maybe $500-$600 on a monthly basis. And of course, the cost of food and books and all those things also, it adds up. And we facilitate that through a combination of graduate assistantship awards and tuition waivers from the universities that we work with, and on top of that, we offer unsecured international student loans. Now, maybe I can clarify a little bit. So we do have partnership with the universities in the US. One of them actually is the university that I went to. It's called Indiana University of Pennsylvania. And these universities, what we do is we negotiate for our students to pay less tuition fees than other international students. Now, I'll give you an example. So, for example, if you are going to the US as an international student, and let's say, for example, you are going to that school, it's called Indiana University of Pennsylvania. As an international student, probably you are supposed to pay $20,000 per year in terms of tuition fees for the school.
This $20,000 is dollars, of course.
$20,000, yeah. $20,000 as an international student. So what we do is we negotiate with the university and tell them, hey, those students who are coming through the Kenya Lift program, we would love you guys to reduce the amount that they have to pay, so that instead of a student who is coming through the program having to pay 20,000, they can pay, for example, something like 15,000. Now, but you see that 15,000 also, in as much as you've negotiated for the waivers, still that 15,000 not many students can be able to get that money. So what we do is we behind the scenes actually we are financed by an organization based out of the US in Washington DC. It's called Empower Financing. It's more or less like a bank, fintech company, and they are the ones who help us with that portion of the tuition and living expenses. So you don't really have to worry about all that.
You have been watching Success with Bob Mwiti Show, brought to you by Upstake America. Come back again next time to learn concepts, tools, strategies, and resources on the path of becoming a successful immigrant in USA through real-life experiences. Be sure to subscribe to Bob Mwiti channel on YouTube and also follow him on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn.